What is up, and welcome back to another hashtag Lockboss show and giveaway. So I am PJ, and I'm very happy to be here with you today. Not only, this is a pretty big day here, because not only here in just a little bit, I'm going to be announcing this week's lucky winners, which happens to be the last Tuesday of the month, which means all 5 lucky winners are going to be getting a $500 coupon or credit, I guess, would be another way to put it, to CLK Supplies website. So that way you can buy what you need to equip and to grow your business, or maybe you're starting out. Who knows? Whatever it is, we're here to support you, which is why we do it and why we do the $500 giveaway once a month. So, yeah, best of luck to all of you out there for that drawing here in just a few. So, all right, let's see here. As I go, all of a sudden my eyes are itching. But so not only that, though, we actually are going to have James from Wolflock coming in. Now he's coming in from the UK. All right. So he's it's somewhere around the middle of the night. And so he's going to be tuning in, hanging out with us here for a little bit as well. So it'll be a lot of fun for that. And Adrian, what's up? Hey, thanks for the order. I saw an order come through, I think yesterday, today. Thank you for that. Well, perfect. All right. Before I get too distracted talking about too many other things, let's go ahead and let's get the show started. But first, shall we topo? All right. So, of course, I'm going to be drinking a Topo Chico, whether or not you're drinking a Topo or your favorite beverage of choice. Cheers to you all out there. All right. I like it. All right. So let's go ahead and let's hop into today's show here in just a minute. We'll have James join us. How about that? So let's see here. Let's hop in. All right, here we go. Posts of the week. This first one comes from Robert P., a.k.a. Ropa Redefined. Says CLK Supplies, thank you all, CLK Supplies, for fulfilling my order. It has been received with such gratitude towards a great company and staff. I am pleased to call a part of my family, 100%. Well, Robert, that is a very kind thing to say. Thank you so much. And, we're also grateful that you are here, and we're very happy that you're part of the Lockboss family. So thank you so much. Love the pick. I love seeing the leashy cutter right next to the leashy timed hat. So pretty awesome, if you ask me. Nice pinning kit in the back. Good stuff there. So thank you so much. Next up, this one comes from Jerry B. Jerry says, thanks for the swag and gifts. I enjoy PJ and his staff videos. Great tips always. So yeah, thank you very much, Jerry, not only for being here and being part of the conversation, but also for sending in a picture. So very good. All right, next up is the comment of the week. Oh, this one actually comes from Ropa as well. I like it. All right, this one says, everyone is good at something. I don't know if the results of high velocity projectiles at a Wolflock lockbox was what I had expected, but I was definitely what I was hoping for. Way to go. Hashtag Lockboss, Wolflock, and Billy for the win. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So cool. I'm glad you liked the video as much as we liked making it there for you. So you know what, before I do that, hey, I just want to make sure everybody, I see Jimmy J's in the chat. Jimmy J, what is up? Hey, so he posted a link to Discord, okay? And if you want to come hang out after the show at the after party, you are all more than welcome to. And what you want to do is that you'll see a link in there to Discord, and you can hop in. You can video chat with us. You can voice chat. Okay, so definitely, if you'd like to be a part of it, you're welcome. All right. Okay, so here we go. So we have here, I'm going to bring in just a moment, is James from Wolflock. Now, James is actually out of the UK. He's joining us in the middle of the night, his time. So I'm really happy that he gets to be here with us. And well, you know what? We're going to talk about all things Wolflock. So with that being said, let me go ahead and take that off the screen and bring James. James, how are we doing?
How you doing, PJ? Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Doing pretty good. You know, I tell you what, I'm really excited. So I guess it would have been about a month ago. Was it about a month ago you were here?
Yeah, 6 weeks. Yeah, about a month ago, 6 weeks, wasn't it? Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. Now, I do have to say, you know, how I ended up meeting James was through who everyone who's going to know in the chat here is Phil over at Framing. So that's actually who connected us. So thanks for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Cheers, Phil.
So James, so you were here about a month ago or 6 weeks ago. And you know what? We spent a lot of time together going over locks. And, you know, I have to apologize because I know the one thing that I do that sometimes people don't expect is I really like to geek out hard on the product. So
there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, have you ever shown up to a distributor type place like us? The next thing you know, I'm wanting to film, rip apart the lock, go over every little tiny thing.
It happened quick. Yeah. I'd hardly put my bag down and we were on YouTube.
Yes, you know, and you know, ripping the product, and then you probably weren't expecting that we might be shooting.
Absolutely wasn't. No, that was something completely out of the blue. I wasn't. I think, you know, when I woke up in the morning, that certainly wasn't on my agenda. But hey,
exactly,
fun, right?
Exactly. I mean, I guess though it's one of those good stories when you're back in the UK that you can be like, you know, I went and met this, you know, potential customer. We're sitting in, you know, this room right here, and he was like, hey, can we go to my backyard and shoot your product and see how it does?
That's not something that happens over here every day. So no, but hey, it was it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time with the product, to be honest, because, you know, I think I've said to you before, it's really easy to say how something's strong, secure, it's tough, you know, it's built to last, all that kind of stuff. But then until you actually, you know, do something like shoot it with a steel slug, you know, it's hard to prove that to people, isn't it? I mean, you can, you know, and it was also an uncontrolled environment, wasn't it? You know, it wasn't of my doing, so which made it even better for me. So I had a really good day.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll dive into that more here in just a minute. But I first want to start with, you know, James, if you can kind of give us a little bit of your background and then background of Wolflock. And, you know, kind of what made you guys come up with this type of lockbox?
Yeah, so it's a really good question. So we've been supplying lockboxes over here in Europe for nearly 30 years. Actually, next year is our 30th year in business. So, you know, a long time, 3 decades. And it all came from the founder of the company being over in the United States 30 years ago and seeing lockboxes. We didn't really have the concept of lockboxes in the UK at the time. So he saw them and he thought, there's an opportunity there. And he worked with a very, very big brand over your side and acted as their distributor in the UK and Europe. And quickly we found a little niche in the care industry over here. So this is looking after vulnerable people, so like the elderly, people with disabilities, vulnerable families, that kind of thing, who often emergency services need access to them for various reasons. So we came up with a solution that allowed us to have a more secure lockbox. So that because the people that were putting them on, they wanted the peace of mind to know that actually what they were putting on, you know, wasn't easy to get in. So we worked with local authorities over here to create the first police preferred key safe. So what that basically means is it's been through a whole bunch of third party independent testing, and it reaches a standard under what is called the Loss Prevention Certification Board over here. So it meets the same sort of standard as a door or window, because our view is, if you're putting your keys for the door outside of the door, you need to have that thing that you're putting the keys in give you more protection than the actual door itself, because otherwise it's kind of nonsensical. So we've always been a big proponent of a high security key lockbox. And then, fast forward a few years, and we came up with the idea for Wolflock, which was taking all of our experience over the years of supplying these and customer feedback, and we basically put all of the things that we've learned into the Wolflock to make it the most secure, most user friendly product that we can.
Absolutely, yeah. That's it's awesome. It kind of seems like you went maybe reverse of kind of how it works with lockboxes in America for the most part, right? Which is like retail first, mass production first, then like make a little box lock, really, right? A little plastic box.
Yeah, we did it the other way around, really.
Yes.
We went sort of government contracting first, then engineered it back from there. So we basically found out what the care industry needed. So paramedics and people like that, what they needed, and we basically built something around giving supreme security and peace of mind. So, for example, if you've got an elderly parent or something like that, you want peace of mind that one, you can gain access whenever you need it, but secondly, they're secure. And we saw a lot of quite like what you said, plastic products on the market, or the scroll lock versions that are really easy to get in. You're in them in a matter of seconds without making a lot of noise either. And we thought, we don't want that. What we want is something that people can trust and people can get behind. So we kind of did it the other way around. You're quite right, really.
Yeah, and it's also one of those that with the plastic, I mean, I think to some degree, like little plastic, inexpensive, dial combination lock boxes, they probably have a place somewhere out there, right?
They do. Yeah, they do.
I mean, preferably you don't need a hammer or a screwdriver is all you would need to open it, right? I mean, it just makes a little more, you want a little more tamper proof than that. If you have keys in there that you actually want locked up for a reason.
Absolutely. Right? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we took the opinion that we want somebody that's, an opportunistic thief, for example, who's got, the typical things that they would carry around, like a crowbar or a metal pole or something like that. We want them to struggle to get in. So what we did is we worked with a group called Secured by Design in the UK, which they basically they cover everything for your home. So like doors, windows, roller shutter blinds, all that kind of stuff. And we built a standard around the key lockbox, which didn't exist before. And so, there's various different ways that you can test it. And a lot of them are like a tack test. So like smashing it open or prying it off of the wall. And the idea is that it's supposed to last an amount of time. And we've got the Wolflock up to surviving up to 10 minutes with an opportunistic set of tools. So like we've got some great videos on our website if you're bored one day and you want to have a little look. But we've got guys smashing it for minutes on end. If someone's doing that outside your house at 2 a.m. in the morning, you're going to know about it, right? So it's a deterrent.
Yeah, absolutely. James, a fun thing that happened while you were here, though. So you had just literally walked in. I was just giving you a little quick tour of the place. So we're sending that down the warehouse, and a guy walks through to will call, who happens to be a full-time firefighter with the Coeur d'Alene Fire Department and actually is a locksmith.
Yeah, it was really interesting. What a coincidence.
Yes. And so I was like, so I kind of grab him and I grab you and I'm like, hey, so James, I know you've been here for probably 5 minutes at that point.
Literally.
but it was really fun to take it, to someone who's a full-time firefighter who also does all the training for the, how to get in, if someone calls, they have a fall down call and, they need to go in and, maybe help someone up, but they don't want to break the door if they don't have to. So to be able to get into houses and that sort of stuff and then also is a locksmith. It's a really cool, unique set of skills that they have. And to be able to right then and there kind of show him the lockbox and kind of get his feedback and all that was actually a really cool thing. It was really
interesting, wasn't it? Yeah. One of the things was interesting to talk to him about was because what we've done in our lockbox is we've got what we call multi-push technology. So as you and all your viewers will know, because they're all in the trade, mechanical push button locks. One of the biggest flaws with them is that you can only use the number one time in the combination when you're setting it, and that's universal. You can only use the number one time, so that limits the length of codes you can have and how many different codes you can have. So one of the bits of feedback that we got is people want to use memorable numbers, and so and in memorable numbers, quite often there's 2 2s or 4 3s or something along those lines. So we came up with a solution of being able to use the number more than one time in the combination, so you can use it 4 times, which gives you a possible amount of combination of 9.2 million different variations and combinations, which is astronomical really compared to what is currently on the market. But added to that, because we've got this technology, what we've been able to do is change the way that the push button works, which means it's almost impossible to pick. And this was one of the conversations we were having with this locksmith guy, wasn't it? Because we were talking about picking, and he was like, well, I'll just manipulate it, and I'll just work out, because it's really easy to do on push button locks. Well, it was quite interesting because you can't do that on the Wolflock. So that was an interesting conversation, because it was proof of concept right there, really.
Yes. Yeah, it was really his first thing that he brought up. He was like, hold on, and he starts feeling buttons. So yeah, it was really cool. It was a really, James, I couldn't have planned that interaction better if I tried.
It was almost like you did.
I know.
It was a plant.
Yes, yeah, it was good. It was really good. So, now if anybody has any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat here. But I'm going to ask James a few more questions, and then since it's James, what time is it where you're at right now?
It's 20 past midnight. Yeah, so
20 past midnight. So, James, I'd say thank you so much for willing to be here with us on the
no
live
problem.
show. So
it's enjoyable. Really cool. Yeah, it's good. This is one of the better parts of the job, isn't it? When you get to do things like this.
Yeah, exactly. But so James, so I want to I pretty much have 2 things I want to talk about really quick. Okay. Number one is if someone's looking at wanting to buy a Lockboss for their own use, or is going to start selling them to their customers instead of maybe a current basic box on the market. Why would they want to go with a Wolflock over that? Like, like what are some main reasons? And then second of all, I have the Pro here. So you actually and we're stocking 2 different models. There's the basic model, and then there's this one, which the basic model that you gave me is what we shopped, right?
Yeah, so it is, yeah.
It's gone. It's gone. Right? And then second is this Pro model here. And so first off, like, what's the difference between the basic model and then this Pro model here?
Right. Okay. So I can answer both of your questions in the same answer, really, because because when I talk through the differences, that'll also give you some of the key selling points for the Wolflock in general. You see, so I guess that's it. So one of the key points is, like I say, what we've done is we've taken everybody's feedback over many years and we've put them all into one lockbox. So one of the biggest things we got always was do I get a mechanical one or do I get an electronic one? And the answer to that is, well, do you want it to work 100% of the time, every time? And generally the answer is yes, you do need it to work all the time. So we've always stuck by mechanical. So the Wolflock is a mechanical product. It needs no power source. Now, a lot of people then say, well, okay, but the buttons light up, right? Now, the buttons light up for a reason. It's so you don't need a flashlight. It's so you don't need to, get your phone out of your pocket and shine your light on it, that sort of thing. So yeah, the light up buttons are a really big selling point of the product, because it just helps you see it in the dark. There's no secret there, and there's also a light inside as well. So when you actually open the lockbox, there's a light side, and these are all controlled by a little patented light module that we've got, that basically holds a CR 2032 battery in it, and so you can change it out when it breaks, but they last about 2,000 uses, so it's quite a long use. So yeah, that's one of the first sort of things. It's made out of a zinc alloy called Zamac. Now, Zamac is super strong. It's designed to be super strong, but it's also not really heavy. So you'll see it acted almost like armor plate when we shot the steel slug into it, especially. But it's not the same weight as armor plate, right? So it means that it's usable, basically. So we make it out of a Zamac. Inside the product, there's a number of anti-saw pins. So one of the ways that people will try and get in these is by sawing it, right? Now, what we've done is we've put some anti-saw pins strategically placed throughout the product that basically has as nitride. They're made from nitride, which is stronger than a saw blade. It's also stronger than a drill bit as well. So we've made the hinge at the bottom out of it as well. So basically, you can't drill the hinge out either. So it's there's a couple more points. Now, what makes it different, the Pro different to the regular Wolflock, is we've added more anti-saw pins to the Pro. So there's 3 more anti-saw pins in it. And secondly, when you open it up, you'll see inside an internal steel body. So the internal steel body, what that does is it gives it extra smash protection. So if someone's going at it with a hammer or something like that, it'll give it a longer time before it starts crumbling in. So it just lasts longer, basically, when it's being attacked. We've also, in the kit that comes with it, it has longer fixing kit. So the longer screws to basically go into the whatever you're fixing it onto, and that gives you extra protection against it being pried off the wall. Because one of the ways that people try and get this, it's why over there you have a lot of shackled versions, don't you? Shackled versions. Well, with those guys, you don't actually need to get in the lockbox. You just cut it off, take it home, and get in it at home quite easy. So one of the ways they do it is by prying it off the wall, taking it home, and getting it in their own time, and then coming back with a key another day. This stops it being able to get off the wall as easily. So yeah, they're the 3 differences, really, 3 major differences between the 2 products.
Yeah, they're really great. So not only is the standard one way above class wise, like the standard lockbox you would buy at a retail store, but the Pro takes it to the next level. That's going to give you just the maximum security. I don't think there's any other lockboxes out there at all right now that even come close and to what the Wolflock is. But more importantly, all of the little extra feature, it's obvious to me, and I think anyone who buys one and looks at it and either uses it or sells it, it's going to realize that this is not Wolflock's first rodeo with lockboxes, right? Yeah. Wolflock's been on the bowl a few times, and all the little convenient features that it has, especially with the light. I didn't really realize until we actually went to the bathroom to film in the first video we put out in the dark. But when to be able to open the lockbox in the dark from the outside is really awesome. But it's even better when you open it up and there's just enough light there you can actually see what you're looking at, right? Because it makes sense. if you need light to see the keypad, you're going to need light to see inside the keypad.
Yeah.
And so those things are pretty cool. Now, James, there's a couple questions here I want to hit really quick before I let you go here. Let's see here. Nick, how's it going? Says Nick's Lock and Security asks, whereabouts in the UK are you located?
Right, so the company's located in Worcester. So you all heard over there. You all say it very badly, but Worcestershire sauce. We're based in the town that invented Worcestershire sauce. Yeah, so
I like. Oh, that's good. That and Adrian asks, how many models are there? Yeah, so there's just the two, right? The standard.
The two at the moment. Yeah, the two at the moment. But we do have some others on the drawing board. So that's something to watch out for in the future.
Awesome. George, how's it going? George says, please explain how you can have multiple button pushes in the code.
Right. Okay. So that's some patented technology that we came up with. So what we've done is we've come up with a way of stacking the number. So basically, when you push it, you'll feel 4 audible clicks, and that's the stacking going through. It's just what we've done is we've increased the size and increased the volume in size so that we can stack them. And that's how we do it. It was actually a really difficult thing to do. It was that was years of. I made that sound like it was easy. That was years and years of R&D that came to that. So yeah, we've stacked it basically, and like I said, we've patented that. We've got worldwide patent on that. So
that's awesome. Yeah, so they're stacked up there. Yeah, and then even just having that the spring tension right on each one of those buttons, so you can't feel it, and not only can't you feel it, but there's 4 up to 4 layers, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So what you normally get on push button locks, as most of your viewers will know, is when the number is selected in the code, you get a bit of tension, and it's only minute, right? But it's there, right? And a trained operator can feel that tension and can go, oh, hang on, number 2's in the code, and you can bit of time and you can guess the code. Well, what we've done is, because it's spring loaded inside ours, you don't get that same tension, and so it's really difficult to do that. We haven't actually found anybody who can manipulate it yet. So I guess there's a challenge out there, but we haven't found anyone who can do it yet.
Very cool. Keith is asking, do they have a bypass?
No, we don't. So it's really, really important that your customers remember their code, because these, as you can see, these things are not easy to get in. The reason we don't have a bypass code is there's a number of reasons for it, but over here, because over here in the UK, we would get our police preferred rating if we did that, because if that leaks out over the internet or whatever, then it becomes a problem, especially when you're working with vulnerable people like we do. So no, there isn't one. It's really important that people remember their codes. Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, let me go down here a few more real quick. And James is here. We're at 29 minutes here, so we'll get you off here in just a moment.
Yeah, all good.
G Keyman says, tip for Wolflock: if they make a commercial in the dark, make sure there's a spotlight on the Wolflock logo.
Okay.
Very cool. PJ playing with locks in the bathroom. I mean, sadly, that's a true story, but
that's PJ's days, right?
Yeah. Consistent problems in cold weather. The BR 2032 is a cold weather variant that you might want to consider. So, just talking about, have you had any issues with the CR 2032 so far?
No, we haven't. We haven't, not yet. Not yet. I mean, I'll be honest with you. We haven't sold any in Alaska yet. So we'll see, but we haven't as of yet. No, and we get pretty cold winters here in Europe as well. So and we haven't had any problems yet.
Okay. Are you going to be at the Aloha convention this year?
Unfortunately, I'm not. No, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't swing by that one this year. I did want to go, but it's just the dates of it just haven't worked out for me, unfortunately.
Sure. Okay. It looks like Adrian's new nickname is Trained Operator. I like it.
I've got a military background, so that's kind of the.
Yes, you do. And then, okay, last question is going to be from Keith, and he says, "How's installation?"
Right, it's super easy. Right, so the Wolflock comes with a fixing kit, and the fixing kit contains some self-tapping screws. So all you need to do is and a template. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention the template as well. So the template, you just hold it up against the wall where you want to put it. You mark 4 holes, and then you drill a pilot hole, which is smaller than the self-tapping screws, and then literally you screw the screws in. And it's that simple. There, we've got, so again, if you get a spare 5 minutes, if you go onto our website, there's a 2-minute video on there showing you exactly how it's done. But it's really simple. The only thing I would suggest to everybody is that when you tighten the screws up, you do it by hand and don't use a power tool, because it's a self-tapping screw. What it's doing is it's driving its own way into the brick, the concrete, or whatever you're putting it into. So by doing it by hand, you get a better, more secure fit. I mean, it takes 2 minutes longer, but it's worth doing by hand.
Absolutely, yeah. And we installed one on my little mini door in here, and I mean, yeah, it's really what you would expect on that. I think one of the coolest parts about it, though, James, as we kind of close here, is that it's hard to just see, but when these get mounted onto the door, or on the wall or whatever it is, like how it suctions down on there, like how you guys have designed that, it is really nice and tight.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So the idea is that because it's self-tapping screws, they do almost act like a suction plate, and that we've made the fit so tight around the edge that basically it's really difficult to get something in and under it to pry off. So yeah, I mean, it's also, you want it to look good as well. I mean, if you're putting this outside your home or your business or something, you don't want it to look a mess, do you? So we've tried to design something that looks pretty decent as well. It doesn't look out of place. So yeah, that was all part of it as well. Aesthetics help. Yeah.
So really quick,
I've just seen a question there. It says, "Is the Arc Tamo a UK version or is it a knockoff?" Joe, that's a great question. The Arc Tamo is our UK version, yeah. So that's us in the UK. I just saw that. I just saw it pop.
Okay. Sure. So real quick, so here's the fixing kit, like he was talking about. And then just so you can see inside the Pro here is this metal case that you can see. And then on this side, I don't know if I've really got to show it very well, but yeah, you can reset the combo to whatever you want. Yeah. And they even include a little tiny flat, I mean, I wouldn't call it a screwdriver. Let's call it just a little turning thing, right? To set it in there. So that has that in there as well. So I had it sitting here this whole time, but when you're talking about the Pro, I didn't even, all I had to do is open it, James. It's all I had to do. I had one job. You were talking about it. My job was just to open it. But,
we'll have to work on our presentation skills next time.
Yeah. Oh man, well, very good. But well, James, you know what? I don't know if you have anything else you want to add. I really appreciate you. It was great meeting you in person. We had a fantastic, fun, eventful day. Oh, you know what? That's how we shot it, right? So we bring it out to my house and we shoot it. And then there was me, you, and Lily all sitting there bracing while Billy, who honestly his shots impressed me because there was no
pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, there was no extra takes. I mean, what you see is what you got.
It was 3 shots, 3 kills, wasn't it? It was. I was more worried about Ricochet to begin with. I was thinking, oh no! I was like, I hope he shoots it at a little bit of an angle because otherwise it's coming straight back at us.
Yes.
So I was stood behind a tree.
Yes, yeah. I was like, workman's comp. You know. Oh man, it was a lot of fun though. And thank you, for not only coming here, hanging out, having a good time, but being willing to let us, like, without you knowing what was going to happen, to be able to shoot it and really, have a little bit of fun. So
yeah, it was good. Well, I enjoyed it. Like I say, they're the good parts of the job, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. But
no, thank you, PJ, and thanks for inviting me onto this show. It's been good. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, a lot of fun. So, anyways, I'll let you have a wonderful evening, and I will or night, I guess, and I'm sure we'll be talking or emailing soon. So,
yeah, sounds good. Well, thank you very much. I'll speak to you soon.
All right, have a good one. We'll see you.
Bye.
All right, everybody. How cool is that having James on with us, man? Fun guy, great conversations, and we just had a blast. Doing all this stuff with the Wolflock lockboxes. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's hop into this week's 5 lucky $500 winners. So, it looks like even Julio's around there. We've been turned on a little music. That's what we like, Julio. Nice work. So, let's make sure what to do if you win. You want to email us your shipping info to sales@CLKsupplies.com or call us at 800-848-6989 and we'll send your gifts soon. How to win. Comment on our videos with the hashtag Lockboss. Winners will be chosen from comments on the previous week's videos for our weekly giveaway. No purchase necessary. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and announce this week's 5 lucky $500 winners. Here we go. Winner number 1 is Lockchuck. Lockchuck, congratulations. Winner number 2 is Steven's Eyes 8867. Congratulations. Winner number 3 is Phil Herman 5209. Congratulations, Phil. Winner number 4 is Bobby Kendrick. Bobby Kendrick, congratulations. And last but not least, winner number 5 this week is Phillips Lock and Key. All right, very, very good. Congrats to all 5 lucky winners. And make sure you email us in. We'll get you hooked up with your codes. Pretty cool. And of course, we still got, for right now, going on our Lockboss Rekey Recon Patch Hat. You can get it for free with orders of $321 and up. Just add it to your cart and you'll get it for free. Oh man, very, very good. I tell you what a great live, great hanging out, man. I tell you what, it's been really cool, really, really cool having all of the guests that we've had lately. So it'll be a lot of fun. And so a couple last minute things before we all head out of here. Of course, you can come hop on the after party in Jimmy J's Discord. I'll be headed over there here in just a few minutes and we can hang out. And on top of that, next week, we're going to be finally doing a live identity video where I'll be talking about the latest updates, all the things going on. You can ask your questions. And man, I tell you what, we're going to have a lot of fun doing so. So as you know, you might want to pack a snack and a drink because you know how I can ramble about it. Okay. So I apologize in advance. Just want to say that. But no, it'll be a lot of fun, everybody. But anyways, so great to have you all here and appreciate you all. You guys stay safe doing that Lockboss work out there. And we'll see you in the videos or in Discord here in just a few minutes. All right. Have a good one.